70s, 80s, and 90s, East New York was notorious for how tough the area was. It was also widely known for how corrupt their local precinct was, the 75th Precinct, or the 7-5. The precinct is known for many wrongful arrests and convictions, a big part due to the NYPD detectives Louis Scarcella and Stephen Camille. On March 28, 1998, Nelson Cruz was celebrating his 17th birthday by grabbing a bite to eat. That same night, 2 NYPD officers actually witnessed the murder of Trevor Vieira. The suspect in the murder was said to be an Hispanic male with a ponytail. One officer reported seeing the man with a black gun in his hand, pointed at the victim, and even witnessed the muzzle flash. With guns drawn, the Hispanic male was eventually arrested and brought to the 75th Precinct. That man's name was Eduardo Rodriguez. When Rodriguez was brought to the precinct for processing and questioning by the detectives, he bizarrely implicated Nelson Cruz as the perpetrator who killed Trevor Vieira. Speculation points that Cruz fit the description of the ponytailed Hispanic man best. Even though the police identified Rodriguez and he was caught firing his weapon when police arrived at the scene, he was never called at trial. Many question why that is. Based on the identification made by Rodriguez, Stephen Camille and Louis Scarcella, with tunnel vision, started building a case around Nelson Cruz. Just a few days into being 17 years old and still enrolled in the 10th grade, Nelson Cruz willingly went down to the 75th Precinct to answer questions about that murder. Cruz never made it out of prison that day. From the precinct straight to Rikers Island, he was arrested on April 3, 1998, and has spent the last 23 years behind bars. Cruz states in his testimony that they tried to get a confession out of me at the precinct. When Cruz told detectives that he's not signing anything, the detectives grew increasingly frustrated, crumpled up the paper, and slapped Cruz in the face with it. They then pleaded with Cruz, "If you sign this paper, you'll be able to go home." Cruz again stated that he wasn't going to sign anything. They leave Cruz alone for about an hour and then come back and load him into a van and ship him off to Central Brooklyn. Later on, when Cruz gets his voluntary disclosure form, he sees that they put a DD-5 report in there stating that he made a spontaneous statement while at the precinct. This statement says that he confesses that he got shot in the leg and then shot at the guy and ran. All of which was false, but all too common in the Scarcella and Camille cases. This wasn't the first time that they had done this. Despite doing everything right and only being in the 10th grade at the time, Cruz was wrongfully convicted for the murder of Trevor Vieira. Even with all the odds stacked against him, Nelson Cruz got to work in prison. He met with a guy by the name of Derek Hamilton, who was the jailhouse lawyer at the time. Upon reviewing Cruz's case, Hamilton noticed that Scarcella was involved in Cruz's case. Scarcella was also involved in Hamilton's case. So together they gathered up all the information that they could and started working on each other's cases day after day, along with inmates Danny Rincon and Shabaka Shakur, who I'll be doing videos on soon. Hamilton was eventually released in 2011 and had his name cleared in 2014. Despite being a free man, he continues to assist Cruz on his case. Finally, in 2019, Cruz was granted a hearing to overturn his conviction in front of Judge Simpson at Kings County Criminal Court. The hearing lasted 6 months and brought forth 9 witnesses attesting to Cruz's innocence. One of the witnesses was William Payetti, an NYPD officer who witnessed the murder and arrested the person guilty of doing the murder, Eduardo Rodriguez. Although many thought Cruz's case for innocence was never in doubt, a shocking decision was made by Judge Shonda Simpson when she denied Nelson Cruz a new trial. Attorneys requested that she reconsider and she agreed to further argument, but she immediately resigned after due to medical issues. It was revealed that Judge Simpson was suffering from Alzheimer's disease. In a final affidavit with a request to the court for a review of the hearing, Judge Simpson's husband revealed that she was clearly suffering from the effects of Alzheimer's disease during the Nelson Cruz hearing. Nelson Cruz still remains incarcerated 23 years later for a crime he didn't commit. There is a link on change.org to sign a petition to make sure justice happens in this case. I will leave that link in the description and in the comment section.